Ben has just selected the book that we're going to get
Which we get our
inspiration from.
suggestion. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we're preparing for a show that has a lot of audience suggestions at the very beginning of it that are lengthy. I mean, we're talking like a 5 to 10 minute intro here. And so we are
Like
going to do that.
stories. Like they're kind
Stories,
of,
yeah.
yeah,
And because we
yeah.
did this last minute and didn't have time to get the several thousand of you in a live chat, which would simulate that,
A
what we're
million
doing,
of them, come on.
a million,
That's how many
sorry
people are
to
watching this. Like,
insult you. Yes. Instead, we're going to do a few chats, monologue type things to then simulate that. And then I will be all prepared to do this show in real life in Chicago.
yeah, so you're going to tell us about the show so people can go there?
The Dramatic Improv Festival is taking place between July 10th and July 14th. And those are the show dates. I'm performing all the way from the very first session to the very last session with various groups, and I am honored and thrilled to be part of it all. So, without
He's a
any
regular
further, I'm a regular at this festival that I've never
at the
been to
festival.
before.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
and if you want to see like what's beneath Ben's chest, go and watch him at the festival. Hey, stop.
And the stop is he knows 103. That's the suggestion. He knows 103.
What does that make you think of? He knows 103.
103 is the temperature in Fahrenheit that if an adult has it in their bloodstream, they should go to the hospital immediately. But if you're a kid and you have 103 temperature, they're like, wow, that's really high. And, people feel sorry for you. And if you have a very young child, you immediately call the nurse and the doctor. You immediately have trouble getting a hold of them. You immediately freak out. You start sweating. Your temperature goes to 103. And then they say, oh gosh, oh, that's a little high. Let's keep an eye on it. And they don't care if your child fries alive.
Right. Okay, so that reminds me of a true story. I'm short, about 5 foot, and I was always the shortest kid in the neighborhood. And next door there was a frangipani tree, and there was
A
the
what
stairs
tree?
came a frangipani tree. It's kind of like you'd probably find in Australia, Fiji, like kind of tropical tree. Not a massive tree. And coming out of the house, there was some stairs and a little column. And everyone would stand on the top of this column and jump to the tree and try and swing off the tree. And because I was so short and lacked, the amount of length that it takes to do that, it was this big fear of mine to jump from this thing onto the frangipani tree. Until one day they just bullied me basically into doing it. So I did, and I jumped, and I knew it was a bad idea, and I landed on my arm and broke my fractured my elbow. And then it was so, like, I don't know if anyone out there has broken a limb or something, you just want to chuck, like it's the worst feeling ever, right? So then I ran to mum, and she didn't actually believe me that I had a broken arm until she tried to straighten it, and I was in excruciating pain. And so then, I had a belief basically that I was more inadequate than all the other children.
Why? Because of the height?
Yeah, well, because the first and only time that I attempted to do this thing, I broke my arm.
And this is why people are afraid to do improv or life, is because the one time they've ever tried to do anything they're really
Yeah,
certain of, they broke their bodies. So
yeah,
kudos to you for going and going beyond and be willing every one of these sessions to risk breaking another elbow.
100%. Yeah,
Yes. Well, again, there's two more of these stories because that's the format
yeah,
that we
yeah.
decided on. So I will go ahead and just share my broken story of my broken
Sorry.
body. And I've always felt not really cool enough because I haven't had the big broken arm or leg,
Oh,
and I always felt that way growing up in high school that I never had that. I was playing basketball in gym class and landed on someone's foot and it kind of hurt. And so I walked away, and I really wanted to get out of gym class anyway because Dan Feldman was there, and I hated Dan Feldman. And so I went down to the, I guess there was like a physical trainer. I don't know what if they have that here, but now that I've only seen that in like high school, there's like a physical
Right.
trainer whose job it is, I don't know, just to have opinions on children's bodies. And so
Right.
I went there and she said, "Oh, you're fine, ice it," or something like that. And so then I walked home and it hurt. And then I went to the movies afterwards with, I remember my stepdad. We went to the movies, we went to see Under Siege uh, 2, which is
Is that
a
Steven Seagal?
Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah.
And it took place on a boat or something. And it was very entertaining. And then I
Is
went
it a
out in the middle of
submarine?
it.
I feel like
It
it's a
was,
submarine or
it was
something.
a submarine maybe, and then so you're not gonna believe this, but the plot wasn't that interesting. So
Right.
I needed to get out and get some milk duds. So I just kind of dragged my feet there, and then so we were at after the movie, we called my mom and they asked me what I was up to, and I told her, and she said, "Go to the emergency room right now."
Wow.
I'm like, mom, like, yes, mom, like, all right. So he did it, we all was like, oh, chagrin. And I got there and clear as day in the X-ray, there was a growth plate. So not a broken bone, but a growth plate that had been like chopped in half, which is essentially a bone for a child. And so I was still in a cast for 6 weeks. I got my cast, albeit half deserved. So there goes my whole inferiority complex just
Right.
being cemented in me. But it was just really interesting that a physical trainer whose job it is to determine the degree to which you're broken told me to go walk. I lived about a mile away from school to walk home on my broken ankle. My stepdad, who had been in the Marines and, largest part of whose job it is to find out like which of his fallen soldiers needs medical attention,
Yeah.
he took me to a movie, told me to go get some milk duds. And my
It's
mom
the
on the
mum.
phone,
It's the mum.
she knew she could read it through the vibes of a payphone that her child was broken. And so he got fixed. And so that is my story.
Wow. Speaking of broken, it reminds me of my ex. And he was one of these guys that was like unemployed for like 11 years. Like he was coming up to sort of long service leave on job seeker, which is like the money the government pays you for being unemployed. He should have got a package because he was on there for so long. And so one of our friends decided to, throw him a bone and say, oh, look, come and work with me. I'm doing odd jobs. Rental properties want me to, repaint or clean or something. Just come with me. And this guy who was his boss was just one of these people that can't be alone. Like he just hired him so he would sit in the van with him and talk to him and shit. And one time he said, oh, he'll be all right. Come on to the site, help us out or whatever. And it was this beautiful old heritage listed house. And they got this new toilet bowl that was an old toilet bowl because it had to be heritage to go in. And it was up in the attic or something. And because my boyfriend was extremely strong, they said, "Oh, can you go get the shit house?" That's what we call it in Australia. Can you get the shit house from the attic and bring it down? And he said, I picked it up. He said, and I kind of knew that I had to walk on the rafters, but just something made me put my foot in between the rafters. And the next thing, Cliffy, the boss, just sees his legs through the ceiling. And he's got this massive toilet, this porcelain thing, and he doesn't know what to do. So he just throws it down the stairs. And so, so one of the guys that's working on the site is just like, oh, and he's like, and he goes, I worked on a site for 20 years. I never had a shit house thrown at me. And needless to say, it cost Cliffy, the boss, more to have my ex on that site than he was able to pay him. Okay, that's our stories. Okay, so what you're saying to me is you kind of feel inadequate? Is that what you?
That's what the paperwork says.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should stop yourself just because that's what the paperwork says. I
If the
mean,
paperwork says I've got this long history, it's been 11 years.
Mm.
that I've been on the dole, and it says here they've officially government sanctioned me as inadequate. I can't work, not because of
This
any. I
this
mean, the
is
medical.
terrible.
I know
This
it's
is
terrible.
terrible that they
Well,
can just put you in that box of inadequacy. I mean, that's wrong. Okay,
I
I
think
feel like I want to hire you just because of that. You know, like putting labels on people, putting stamps on people. Yeah, that's not right. I mean, I don't even know you. I don't know you from a bar of soap. But
right.
you telling me that story, I'm like, you know what, this guy. Tell me a bit more about yourself. I feel like if I am going to hire you,
Sure.
you know,
No, I
out of
appreciate it.
pity, you know, I think that I
Yeah.
need to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you familiar with Super Mario Brothers?
Not overly, but yeah, talk to me about it.
Sure. So Super Mario Brothers is a game that came out in 1982 on
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo systems and widely became part for the public in 1986. So
Right.
from 1986 until 2006, I worked very hard to get to the very top level. Then from
Right.
2006, I got to the top level, but I didn't quite meet the needs to destroy the final boss.
Right.
So starting in 2007 up until this point, I've been spending every day trying, well, half the day trying to get rid of the
Mm,
boss, and the other half
mm,
applying for jobs that wouldn't interfere with that goal.
mm,
And so for a long time, the government would support me, which I really appreciate, because, I was trying hard,
mm,
and quite, strong mentally at least.
mm, mm,
And so I kept trying and trying, trying. I'm still trying to this day, but they've got a system that I'm apparently the first one in this system to have reached this level. Starts off as well, they call you just looking for work, right? It's just little boxes like looking for work, and
okay.
then
Yeah.
there's other one, that's like a troubled placement is the next
Troubled
one up there.
placement.
Troubled
Okay.
placement from there, and it goes up and up and up and up. I'm just laughing because, it's memory lane. It just brings me back, to when I was
Okay.
like everyone else. And they created a new department actually to deal with people like me. Turns out the only people that are like me is me. And then so they decided to give me that final label that I told you earlier, just inadequate.
Okay. Well, like I'm hearing that you're quite conscientious. You know, to go
Yeah,
through
that's
that
not what I
much.
said at all. But yeah.
Well, but that's what I feel, you know, and
Mm,
and I don't know you at all, okay? But just
no.
my impression, like my impression is to be on a video game from was it 1986 to 2008? So it was a long time.
2006.
2006, you know, and to get to that level, that's conscientiousness. I feel like, that's resilience. That's resilience.
Hmm.
Now the fact that you didn't get what do you get if you get to this top
Well,
level? What?
normally what you get, yeah, what you get is a good pat on the back from your parents, and that's what my
Oh,
friends
okay.
got when they were 8. So with me, I'm assuming that I get, sorry, I'm getting a little choked up here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
I
assuming
didn't
that
mean to
I
bring
get,
up that
oh,
bad.
no, it's
Oh,
okay. It's a good thing. I'm assuming
okay.
that I would get adequacy.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
Thank you.
I,
Uh,
yeah, I know what that's like. Like I look, I know I look like I'm very excited to be here,
mm,
but it's not really the position that I wanted. There's a guy called Dan Feldman. He's got the position that I really want. And you know what? They just keep looking over me, looking over me. They just kept promoting him. I've had to watch him over time go up these levels. He's kind of like one of those jock guys. You know those guys? They're just like
does he
jocks,
have
sort
a
of
little
football.
scar right here?
Yes.
Was he extraordinarily good at Super Mario Brothers when he was 8 years old?
Well, I have known him for a long time. Oh my God, he wears Super Mario Brothers like t-shirts. To what? That's another thing. I don't wear cartoon characters on a t-shirt. I wear, as you can see, a suit and he's been promoted up there, and here I am. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. This is about you. I shouldn't make it about me.
This is not about me. I
It's not
didn't
about.
want to bring him up, but it is 100% about Dan Feldman. Dan
What are you
Feldman
saying? You know
came
him?
into my house and he drank my grape soda and he sat next to me and said, "Can I try? Can I try?" And I said, "I've been playing this game for a year. I am 9 years old. And by the time I turn 10, I will defeat this game." And while I was saying that, as the word game came out of my lips, he won the entire game. And he
Oh,
laughed and he said, "Whoopsie!" And he threw the
whoopsie!
controller into the air and he grabbed my t-shirt on the way out and he left.
Oh my God. Are you telling me that he is wearing your t-shirt from when you were 9 years old? Because that is a very tight t-shirt. I mean, I even
It
that,
was extra
ha,
large for a child.
yeah, but on him, it's tight, okay? And because he's got muscles. So what? So what? He's got muscle. You know what this is? It's a halo effect. Okay, you're good looking or whatever. Everyone projects this stuff about how you must be smart and you must be talented and you must be. Well, here's a guy right here in front of me who's conscientious, who's been doing something towards it and creating resilience. Yes, everybody, come over here and listen to this. This man is why we hire people here at the council. This man, okay, the kind of conscientiousness that it takes to stay and go level after level after level when other people are promoted instead of you. Okay, it is
I'm
when you're
sorry, I
not
have
as
to leave
tall
now.
or
I
as
have
good.
to go.
I'm sorry.
I have
Oh,
to go back to playing the game.
well, I don't want to. I don't. I
I
don't
have
want to
to
stop
leave.
you from.
Yeah, I have to leave every 13 minutes or so to put in half an hour of video game playing time. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem here.
Well, I think we could create a station, like a cubicle or something that you could just go into at any stage that you need to continue. What is mastery, people? This kind of commitment, this is what we need in the council.
I'm going to be adequate.
Like a real council person. That's what we are. Adequate.
And later that week in his cubicle,
How's it going?
I I'm on the last level.
Okay, get him, 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 get him.
I tried to get him. I tried to get him. I tried to get him.
It's okay. It's okay.
Try to get him for
You've got
35
two more
years.
lives. You've got two more lives. You've got two more
There,
lives. You've got two more lives. It's okay. Just focus. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
ah, ah,
You
I got it. You,
can
you have to. I got him.
go.
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 One more life. One more life. I can do this. I can. Yeah, he killed me.
Brad, we were going to have a party, like a celebration, because this was going to be the time that we thought you were going to win this.
Oh, that's a lot of grape soda.
Yeah. You're just running too hot, man. You know what I mean? You just get
No.
hot-headed.
What does that
You
mean?
well, you're just running too hot. You get your temper. Did you see? You weren't zen enough playing that. Okay, you almost did it. You almost got like right to the when I hired
Dan,
you.
Dan is he's watching me. I can feel him watching me.
Really?
I think it's him. He's been holding us both back.
That's true. That's true. He's like he's like that dragon, Brad.
Is this yours? Is that anyone's? Right?
That's Brad's for your celebration. Dan! Oh my God!
Ah. Ah. Ooh, game over. Oh, I played this game once. Oh, yeah, it was pretty cool. Uh, you mind if I grab another grape soda?
Dan, shouldn't you be on level 12 instead of down here? Hate that guy.
I didn't know he worked security here and that he'd be looking at my every move.
He works everything here, Brad. I'm sorry. I feel like this is my fault. I should never have hired you. I should never have hired you, put you in this position. Like this
Right.
is
Right. It was very wrong of you. You put me in this position, and
I know
now
it was wrong of me,
I'm
but I did it
working.
because Brad, I'm lonely. Okay, I can't be the only person in this place that hates Dan Feldman. Okay, because it's driving me insane. Okay, because no one sees it. No one sees it, Brad. They all think that he is like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and oh, he does great security. He does the best tenders, and he does this and he does that. Well, I'm telling you, Brad, he's an evil person. Okay,
You
and
don't
you're
need to
the
tell
only
anyone
person who
else. He's so
understands.
evil, and I totally get it. He's destroyed your life. He's destroyed my life.
Both of us. And I felt like there was a kinship between us, Brad. You know, that I just thought for once someone saw me, okay? And I feel like I hope that you felt like I saw you.
Are we dating?
I think we are.
Okay.
It's a small consolation. I know it's not the dragon, it's not the big pot of gold or whatever, but
But it's kismet.
I think so. It's council kismet.
4 years later. Honey, can you? I think his diaper is leaking. It's ah, ah.
You know what, Brad, I never thought I'd say this, but I think you're inadequate. I think you're not gonna make the level.
What are you talking about? I've made the final level so many times.
You've
I'm
got
gonna
a
get.
child now, Brad. You have a child, okay? You need to pay attention to that child. And if I'm ever gonna get a promotion at work, okay, you need to also look after the child, not just be on Super Mario Brothers all the time.
Just, just,
Brad, are you listening?
you're making me pause.
Yes, I am. I mean, you still haven't done anything about that fucking shit house in the middle of the house from the renovations, okay? And it's still sitting there. Honestly, nothing gets done because it's all in service of your Super Mario dream, Brad. I never said it before, but I'm going to say it now. It's a dream.
Well, it's a
Okay?
dream. People have dreams. They chase their dreams. Your dream is to get back at Dan Feldman. And my dream is to get back at Dan Feldman because he ruined our lives. He took away our other dreams, like to be adequate at work or to be
Okay,
adequate at the world's best video game ever made.
Brad. Sonia needs her diaper changed, and you know what? I'm sick of this. Sonia is Dan's.
Whatever.
So, and Cheyenne.
That's our show.
That's our show. Yeah.
I thought we had like another 20 minutes.
Okay, keep going. Okay, whatever. All right. Well, then if you keep going.
We got so much
going.
more of this. We got so much more of this.
Okay, keep going then. Did you hear what I said, Brad? Sonia is Dan's. Okay? You know what? I can't beat the guy, so I decided to join him.
No.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's too late to discourage you from that since it happened 4 years ago.
That's right.
But that's
and I didn't want to say anything.
the basis of everything that we have is that he can't beat us. Am I alone?
Brad, you know, it gets to a stage in your life where you realize that sometimes to reach that branch, that highest branch, to swing into freedom, sometimes you've got to break other branches, and that branch in this case is you, Brad. Dan doesn't know that Sonia is his.
Take my child. This Sonia's mine.
It's not your child. She's not.
Mine.
No, she's Dan's.
Ah, God, she's hot. Ah.
Oh my God, she's got a fever. She's got a fever.
My fingers.
Oh my God, she's got a fever. Brad,
how hot is she?
Brad, what are we gonna do? She's got a fever. I didn't train for this. I didn't train for this. I'm inadequate.
My thumbs. Oh, my thumbs are blistering up, and not the good kind of blister.
Oh my God.
Ah.
That's terrible.
Ah, Sonia, what'd you do to me?
Oh my God. It's not her fault. She's got a fever. Brad, we've got to take
She's fine. What is it? It's probably like 103. Who cares?
Hang on. Let me just feel.
Ah!
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, she's so hot. She's like
you too.
What the hell?
She's got Dan's blood. 4 years later. Sonia, don't bother Daddy. Don't bother Daddy. He's almost there. He's almost got the main guy.
I'm gonna pull out cord, Daddy.
You think it's just a game, don't you, Sonia?
Yeah.
You think it's so easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you the definition of a game.
Okay, Daddy. What's going on?
Plugging it back in. And you're gonna play.
This is lame.
6 hours later. No, there's no way. No. You swing left, swing. No, wait. No. There's no way you can be this good. There's no way. No, Sonia, just.
I did it, Daddy. I did it.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd I get? Mm.
Congratulations. You
I'm the
get some
best,
grape.
Daddy.
You get some grape soda.
Oh.
Open your mouth. You beat the main guy. What have I done?
Brad, what's so? Oh, what's going on? What? Hello, Sonia? Sonia? Brad, what happened here? There's what is this? Kool-Aid? What is this everywhere? What's going on? Sonia, she's not breathing, Brad. Call the. Who do you call? Ambulance, fire brigade, police, somebody.
Honey, come here. Come here.
No, Sonia, no.
If you revive her, you are reviving the spawn of Dan Feldman.
Maybe it's best just to
Honey, come here.
let it go now, I guess.
Hold my hand. I feel like I've accomplished more with that extinction than I have any other day of my life.
Brad, can I say I never liked her, and I know as a mother you're not supposed to say stuff like that, but she
It's
was
okay.
she was so hard to live with, Brad. Like really, you were here the whole time, and I thought it was you. I thought it was you, but it was her, like driving a wedge between us.
That's what Dan Feldman blood does. I think we both know what we need to do now.
Can we?
Cut to wherever Dan Feldman is. Where's Dan Feldman? Is he at like an arcade tournament? Is he at council still?
Yeah, he's at council. He's in his office. He's just in his office.
He's in his office.
But he's playing a game as well while he's in his office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ah, cool. All right, here we go. Set it up. Man, this fruit is so easy to ninja. Oh, man. My breaks are amazing.
Brad.
It's hard to be this awesome. It's actually kind of lonely. I mean, nobody believes me, right? And how awesome I am, and even if they did, they couldn't understand awesome. Just the worst. Yeah. Okay. Huh. I guess I'm just gonna die lonely. Being the only guy in the world that's awesome and just alone. He sounds kind of. He seems less evil than he was just a minute ago.
He's trying to. He's
He's bullshitting. He knows we're here. That's what it is, for sure.
What do you mean? How does
We
he know?
have to eliminate him to get to the next level, Brad, in our relationship.
Right. Okay.
Brad, before we do this, I want to say, I think you're adequate, okay? And I think we can do this. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to sing the Mario Brothers theme tune while we're doing this, just because it feels like this is actually the level that we needed to get to. Okay.
You're not gonna sing in any decent way. Oh, sorry. I was just going on a monologue there, feeling like I was awesome and overhearing you guys.
Dan Feldman! We're here to take it to the next level.
I've always been trying to beat the main bad guy, but you're the main bad guy. I've always been the main bad guy.
I'm the main man. I'm Dan Feldman.
Sorry.
You can't get me. You can't get me. You can't get me. You can't get me.
No, this is so much harder.
No, Dan. No, Dan.
Luigi, my own love, Luigi, you can be mine, honey, help me, I can't defeat him alone. That's right, you can't defeat me alone. Should have learned that 30 years ago. Just remember, up, down, left A, left B. Up, down, left A, left B. You had a cheat code the entire time? Yeah. And I gave it to my daughter, too. I don't need a cheat code. I'm gonna beat you with my brother. That's symbolism for you, honey. Get up here. Help me. Help me.
I don't know if I can do it, Brad.
You got to. Please help me. Please. I'm gonna die. I'm not adequate without you.
Okay.
You're dead, you creep. Dun, 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 dun.
We did it! We did it!
He just faded into the ether.
Oh my God! We did it! Brad, we did it!
We did it.
We made it.
I was inadequate to try to do all that alone.
And I knew from the moment I met you that there was a connection. Like soul brothers, but not brothers, but sort of kindred spirits. Oh my God, Brad. You saved my life. You saved my life.
You saved mine. Brotherhood and hatred.
I love you, Brad.
And lights out.
I'm really hoping that's the theme song for Mario Brothers. I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would never know what it's like to win at the end. Dun, dun,
I
dun, dun,
mean, no.
dun.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
guessing
probably
that's the
some
music.
fanfare. Yeah, some fanfare
Everyone
happens.
look that up afterwards. Yeah, we could put that as one of the boxes of the other videos to watch next is like
Yeah.
the music for the last level so that we could all enjoy that together.
Yeah, totally. I
Oh,
think I got to the end of Alex Kidd on Sega. But I never
what?
got to the end
What does that
of, well,
mean?
this is a game called Alex Kidd in Miracle
Oh,
World, on the Sega Master System 2 or whatever it was.
okay.
There's a
I
Sega
don't
person, not Nintendo.
I don't know anything about video games. Other than Super Mario Brothers is when I quit because it was like too hard, and I was like, oh, and then everything else got more advanced. And I thought, why would I want to play something more advanced than something is
I
already
can't
too
even
hard?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And so I
Yeah.
stopped playing video games, I think in 1990. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah, maybe probably 90 as well, 91, 92, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
wouldn't have known that watching our show. You
I
would have
know.
thought,
It
well,
was
those are
like
video game
professional.
experts.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're going to get us to do like a gaming show. That's how professional that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And I think we covered quite a lot of what was in the stories thematically, but also, like she's too hot, she's got a fever. What else was there? There was the shit house, the shit house in the middle of the renovation or whatever.
That was good. I wasn't sure what to do with that. I was like, all right, I'll just let it be
No, it's
alive,
just a thing. It's just a thing. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
audience goes, "Oh my God, they used the shit house." Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's funny, just like every other show, there's a point where I'm like, where is this going? What's going on? And of course it had already gone like over the top silly at this point.
Yeah.
And so, but you still have to keep going.
But it is
And
us.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then you discover these cool things that your brain eventually makes the connections of uh when you said this baby's not yours, like it's great. And then it's like, all right, what does that mean? That means that this baby's half Dan Feldman. So now we like Dan Feldman's
Yeah, it's
living in
like
my house
Damien
and
or
is
whatever.
right torturing us more.
Yeah.
And uh by the way, my opening dialogue, Dan Feldman, I kind of like made up that name, just to be specific and
Yeah.
it was fun. But now
Yeah.
that I think about it, I think his name really is Dan Feldman. So uh, I apologize to Dan Feldman. I'm sure you're not as much of a jerk as you were. I
Yeah.
probably still hate you though. So the but it was
Yeah, that
it,
name, when you said his name, I was like, that name has to be in there somewhere.
yeah,
Like
and
it's
that
got to
was
be in there.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I felt like I wasn't like, giving you that much at the beginning. Um,
No, it's fine.
even
It's
though
fine.
even though I went on that long dialogue monologue there, I wanted
That
to
was
know more about
good.
your character, but you brought in more about your character as well. It's kind of like long dueling dialogues, which we don't really usually do, where like Ben talks for a long time and then Lindsay talks for a long time. So that was
Yeah.
an interesting dynamic. And again, just kind of silly. Like, all right, now I guess he has to play. Now he has this job and he has to play this video game. Let's just see what happens. But Dan's a jerk. I want to make sure Dan was a very different character than this other guy, so that you
Then
could
the other
tell
guy,
him.
right, yeah.
Because I know I dropped.
One of my favorite bits is like when I say, "Oh my God, he wears Super Mario Brothers t-shirt, whatever," and you're going, you stole your t-shirt, you're like 9 years old. I'm like, my God, it's so tight. It's so tight. You're like, it's extra large
Well, what's funny
for a
too
kid.
about
Yeah.
those days is that when I don't know if you remember this, but the style was when we were because we're about the same age when we were like 10,
Mm,
12.
yeah.
Extra large was like what everybody wore, no matter what year. So everyone looked like they were
Well, it's
walking
back
around in
now. 90s is back,
smocks.
man. Yeah,
But
love
what I'm
it.
saying is, well, like I remember in 1989, I got a Batman t-shirt
Yeah.
and I wore that until I was in my mid 20s because
So big. Yeah.
the style became, and so it was
Yeah.
like small on me when I was in my mid 20s, but it was an extra
That was
large
the
when I
fashion.
was 11. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah.
that's how I could kind of justify that. And so yeah, Dan Feldman was there, and then we didn't really find out at the end if Dan Feldman was like a legitimately bad guy or not. And so he had that like relatable dialogue there or monologue there, and then you said no, he's just legitimately a bad guy. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, so let's kill him.
Yeah, totally. Because I mean, there's always death in what we do. Yeah, except Auckland. I don't think anybody died in Auckland.
Nobody died in Auckland, and there
Uh,
was another thing. I keep babbling here. I'll stop talking after this one. I just don't want to forget it. Is
yeah.
that there's a few time dashes in there
Mm.
where uh where it's 4 years later, and then I was like, you play this game, and I was like, I know I don't know at what point you knew that your character had to win that game, but uh and I was like, wait a second, are we gonna sit here and watch her in this improv show for 8 hours play this video game? Like, that's not, and win, like, because that's how long it would take in real life, I think, to
Yeah,
win that
yeah,
game.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
did it
yeah,
fast, it would be like eight
yeah,
hours.
yeah,
So so then it's just another flash forward. But it's funny, like
yeah.
in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I said the wrong timing. How can we ever get out of this? And like, oh, just say that it's later.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, 100%. And besides, like, it makes it funnier that she like literally just starts playing it and wins it. Like, like
Yeah.
he's his whole life ambition like has been doing that thing, and then she just does it like straight away because she's like the spawn of the devil or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
It would have been fun. It would have been funny if, like, at the end we like touched your body and it was like too hot, like you're just always hot, like 'cause she's the devil.
oh yeah, true that she got it from me and not Dan after all. That would have been awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that
Totally.
was so stupid. Like, we're touching our baby's body and it's like too
Yeah.
hot. It burns our hands. We're like, fuck this thing. Oh my God, she's got a temperature. Forget about her. What about me?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. And then you went
yeah,
like back to the monologue sort of thing by going, "Oh no, she's fine," or whatever, like your monologue. So,
yeah,
yeah. But an audience. So if the audience was giving those stories, they would just be in heaven, like those little things that because there's something interesting about hearing your own story back, like seeing it back, like in another way.
yeah.
They would have loved that. Yeah.
Yeah, and kudos to you. You do a good job of remembering like what we're supposed to do. Like, I completely forgot that we're supposed to incorporate, because I incorporated like one thing at the beginning, and then I forgot that the show is that we're supposed to keep incorporating these things. So when you did it twice, I was like, oh, okay, great. I forgot that's what we're supposed to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get so into the moment that I forget about like the big picture stuff. So thank you for taking
Yeah.
care of that.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, it was cool. And you did like you went straight off because you did like my ex-boyfriend's story, like being unemployed for that long or whatever. So you went straight in with that, which was cool. So
Hmm.
yeah,
And I didn't, by the way, expect that opening monologue to be like what the whole show ended up being about. I was just like, I
it
was
was
I was trying
great.
to tell. Well, I mean, often when you tell like a long story, it's just fun and to give that much detail about something when you realize it's like very not important. That's why I was being very specific about like what level I was on, how many years, so that we could have like an effect of like, oh wow, like this is really
And
just
then
pathetic.
and that was like there was a bit in there where you were describing the different levels you went through. I wanted to laugh so bad. Like I started laughing, you started laughing, I think as well. And it was just like fucking stupid. But it was hilarious. And you had a name for it. Whatever that level was, you had a name for it, and then I repeated it and like that made me even laugh even more, whatever it was.
Because
Troubled something or other.
I know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't even know what levels, like I can't even think of like what a basic level of like, other than like looking for work, out of work, or
Yeah.
like I can't. So I have no idea what it would be like in real life, and so then like what's an it's not, like inadequate is that, like inadequate is funny because it's kind of like it's in between, right? It's like it could almost be a corporate word, but they
Yeah,
would never
yeah.
go that far. So that's why it's
Yeah,
funny, right? But
yeah.
so what
Yeah.
else is that funny in on those lower levels? Like seeking work,
It was troubled
unlikely
something.
success, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
uh, troubled prospect,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, failure, highly likely,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
different level.
Yeah.
And the idea of
Yeah.
them telling them, like it's putting that on a form, so they'd have to
Yeah.
read like highly likely to fail, like, oh, okay, I'm in the
Yeah,
highly
yeah.
likely to fail. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's just
Like
stupid.
non-contender.
Yeah,
Yeah,
non-contender.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
That's
totally.
so dumb.
Yeah, I loved that. I just loved it so much, just like breaking it down into those things. And then when you start laughing, you fucking got me, and then I repeated it, and that made me laugh even more.
I really
Whatever
don't
that was.
break I don't break that often, and
Oh
the
God.
last time that I think I broke was like a year ago, and it was with you actually,
Yeah, yeah, it was
where I
me.
just had this idea came to me in my head that I didn't even feel responsible for. It was just a random thought that was so
Mm,
funny I couldn't even convey it out loud to you, which was
yeah.
the idea that you were my student and I caught you stealing,
That's
somewhat
right.
cheating. And the only reason that I knew you were cheating is because it was literally
Backwards.
reverse. Like you had taken someone else's paper and pressed it on
Yeah,
theirs.
yeah, yeah.
And that's how you cheated. And I can't even get through it now. And then he said
Yeah.
something like, well, how do you know that they just didn't like write theirs, looked at mine backwards and decided to write theirs forwards and
Yeah,
copy off
sorry.
mine?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
it was
so
hilarious.
stupid. So the
Yeah.
stupid stuff really makes me laugh. And it's
Ah,
funny
me
because
too.
I want to be, I want to lean more into the dramatic improv stuff because I direct that and I teach that
Mm.
and I do it. I'm about to do it in a festival and everything like that. Eh, but there is so much, it's not just a cop out of like not being able to do it, but
No,
there's just so
there's
much
joy.
joy. It's the
Yeah,
joy
yeah,
in following the
yeah,
stupid,
yeah. And again, yeah, you got to remember that the audience is tracking the two dramas, like the one that you're playing out, but also the drama of the improviser doing the tightrope walk and are they going to fall? And they want to see the wobble. I've said this before. They want to see the wobble of the improviser because that's why they're going to improv. If they
Mhm,
wanted no wobble, they'd go watch a scripted show. You know.
mhm,
So that's how I feel about it. Like there is a joy in watching somebody when you know it's that risky
mhm.
what they're doing, you know.
Well, there's a couple times where I came quite close to falling off a cliff. I would think that any improviser would notice those moments, but maybe not, because I'm pretty dedicated usually to not
Yeah,
letting
yeah,
it
yeah.
wobble,
Yeah, yeah.
not letting the wobble be seen at least.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. That's
Well,
cool. Yeah, well anyway, that was fun. And again, uh guys, if you're going to do some kind of format where you're interviewing the audience, that the joy for them is seeing those things reincorporated, like coming out in a creative way, sort of thing. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of format to do. It's not one that I do very often, but but yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
yeah. Oh, very fun. Thank you very much for today.
Awesome. Guys, like and subscribe. If Ben had a uke, he'd be playing it and singing that song. But just do
It
it. You
goes
know
like
what to do.
this.
You
It
know what
goes
to do.
like, subscribe, feel good inside. Then you'll know you're at the show where you can imbibe. You can drink lots of
Wow.
alcohol or grape soda too. Anything is appropriate, whatever you want to do.
Oh, there we go. See that? All that paid off, Ben. All that rehearsing, rhyming, didn't it? There it
Kind of,
is.
yeah. I will say the thing about musical improv is that it does go away if you don't practice for a while. And
Yeah.
that kind of went away right there in that song. So do
No, it
it
was
lots
good.
more.
It was good. It was good.
I
All
squeaked
right.
by.
We're off. We'll see you next time.
Bye. See you there.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.